So holy shit, I've just had the most stunning revelation on what has been the greatest problem stalling me on the Jupiter 2. This feels so freaking good. This has vexed me for literally years now. Let me set the video camera up. Alright, so here's what's been the problem. Whenever I've worked on the back room and I've changed a few things here or there, I've always created these cracks, and it's like 3 or 4 times now. And each time I've thought I haven't been able to fit this as a whole into the saucer properly, I've had to go and shave away because I really never knew the exact size of what I needed. Every time I've made an adjustment, like I've said, I've had to cut away and get the shape better so that it was the same all around. And then it turns out the fit of the saucer wasn't really the issue the whole time. And one thing I had been considering is, well, how am I going to get that shape? And I had thought, well, if I had a vacuform this large, I could just pull a clear copy of it and, you know, essentially account for that difference in the thickness of the plastic. Anyhow, every time I have adjusted these walls, this portion here has gotten further away from the hole that I have carved in mine. This is a fresh, uncut version of the hole. So the distance between that has always changed, and when you go to cut a porthole circle out of this that will fit that distance, every single one that I've come up with that has been a perfect fit has then not been a perfect fit for the next time. And that has really stalled me on this terribly. But now, looking at this, I just suddenly realize how I could do that. The magic of Avis. I'm going to plug up the hole on this window, lay out a sheet of a certain thickness. That will be the new back wall for the back room to which the wainscoting would be attached. Would it be better to do it on that hole or the actual one? I guess it'll be the actual one because of that. And that can act as a lock for me as well. Green, blue, or red? Let's go for the green. Actually, red blends better with colors. We'll save the green for Godzilla. And I'm going to go ahead and figure all of this is going to be used. This is a sampler pack I picked up while I waited on an order for the big stuff. Oh yeah. So I'm well stocked on epoxy sculpt, which is a very nice thing to be. Hobby store sold me the sampler pack here. Hobby store sold it to me for full price, and the thing that was like 1.5 years old 6 months ago when I got it, so it's really difficult to work with. I found that sandwiching it like this gets it mixed up pretty fast. Normally you might want to just fold it into itself, but if you actually rip it in half or even thirds like I did just there, and then take the light and press it into the dark, you get a really good mix, really fast. So it looks like I am going to have to I'll mix these two together as well, so I'm not working with two distinct pieces that could fall apart. I'm going to have to get a roll of plastic to do this properly. Well, there's a big patch in there. It's just a coincidence. I've probably only got about 10 more minutes with this before it really starts to set in, and it looks like I got to go and clean this off and be prepared. Yeah, essentially I do need to have a third batch of this. I may have exactly as much as I need, but that means that I still have to recut this and get it back into the same shape that it was. Well, let's at least give it one fold and see how that does. Maybe I can roll this back into shape. I'm thinking that the ends are always going to be thinner than the rest of everything that's rolled. This is starting to thicken up, so I don't have too much more time for it. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. I don't want this to stick to that, so I really need a roll of saran wrap or a nice quick sandwich bag. I wish I had just a little more for the outer window. How can I get this to stay and dry there if it's going to slip off? Unless I attach it through the back window, which means I need just a pinch more. But theoretically I also need a little bit of plastic for the other side because I don't want that to get attached to the outer hull. Alright, so hopefully that green there won't stick too harshly, and I guess I do have to actually really completely fill that and make sure that there's no gaps in the other side for a perfect fit. I bet that'll be pretty good. But then that doesn't allow me to... how is this gonna work? So don't I need any here at all is the new question. And will I be able to get this all out before it dries?